Welcome to Eye on the Tigers News. I'm May3.
And I'm Amber Mashuk.
Thanks for joining us again today for the news we've been watching for you.
President Donald Trump reimbursed his personal lawyer for $130,000 in hush money paid to a porn actress days before the 2016 presidential election. Rudy Giuliani, one of Trump's attorneys, said Wednesday, appearing to contradict the president's past claims that he didn't know the source of the money. During an appearance on Fox News Channel's Hannity, Giuliani said the money to repay Michael Cohen had been, quote, funneled through the law firm and President repaid it, end quote. The comments appeared to contradict statements made by Trump several weeks ago when he said he didn't know about the payment to porn actress Stormy Daniels as part of a non-disclosure agreement she signed days before the presidential election. Giuliani later suggested to the Wall Street Journal that while Trump had repaid the $130,000, Cohen had settled the payment to Daniels without Trump's knowledge at the time. Giuliani's revelation seemed aimed at reducing the president's legal exposure, but outside experts said it raised a number of questions, including whether the money represented repayment of a non-disclosed loan or could be seen as a reimbursement for campaign expense.
2 black men arrested for sitting at a Philadelphia Starbucks without ordering anything settled with the world's biggest coffee shop chain Wednesday for an undisclosed sum and an offer of free college education. Separately, they reached a deal with the city for a symbolic $1 each and a promise from officials to set up a $200,000 program for young entrepreneurs. The men portrayed the twin settlements as an effort to make sure something positive came out of the April 12th incident, which touched off a furor around the U.S. over racial profiling.
An aging C-130 Hercules that rescued and resupplied U.S. citizens after last year's hurricanes crashed onto a highway in Georgia during what was supposed to be its final flight, killing all 9 Puerto Ricans on board. After more than 60 years of government service, the huge plane was being flown into retirement in Arizona, reducing Puerto Rico's National Guard fleet to 5 similar planes, 2 of which need maintenance and aren't being used, Adjutant General Isabella Rivera said.
Passengers on a Southwest Airlines plane first heard a loud pop and then scurried away when they saw a jagged crack in a window that forced the jet to land in Cleveland on Wednesday. Some on board immediately thought back to just 2 weeks ago when a jet engine blew apart and broke a window, leading to a woman being partially sucked out and killed aboard another Southwest flight. There were no reports of injuries after Flight 957 heading from Chicago to New Jersey, landing safely Wednesday after making an abrupt turn around Cleveland while over Lake Erie, according to tracking data from FlightAware.com.
United Airlines will ban 25 different pet breeds when it resumes flying pets this summer. 4 months after a dog's death prompted the airline to review its policies for transporting animals. The carrier will again accept dogs and cats in the cargo holding starting July 9th if the animal's guardian is booked on the same flight, spokesman Charles Hobart said Tuesday. United is also teamed with American Humane to, quote, improve the well-being of all pets that traveled on, unquote, the Chicago-based airline, according to a company statement. United announced the changes less than 2 months after a bruising week of public relations fiascos avoiding dogs.
6 years after last landing on Mars, NASA is sending a robotic geologist to dig deeper than ever before to take the planet's temperature. The Mars InSight spacecraft, set to launch this weekend, will also take the planet's pulse by making the first measurements of the Marsquakes, and to check its reflexes, scientists will track the wobbly rotation of Mars on its axis to better understand the size and makeup of its core. Lander's instruments will allow scientists to, quote, stare down deep into the planet, end quote, said the mission's chief scientist, Bruce Bander, of NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory. The $1 billion U.S.-European mission is the first dedicated to studying the innards of Mars. By probing Mars's insides, scientists hope to better understand how the red planet, any rocky planet, including our own, formed 4.5 billion years ago.
We broke a record yesterday. Smashed it, actually. as temperatures soared up into the upper 80s. No records today, but still mild. Here's Maya with the forecast for the rest of the week and the weekend.
We did break a record with our high temperature of 87 yesterday, but the summer weather won't last long. But we do go back to spring at least after light rain showers this morning. A new system heads our way, which should spark some thunderstorms this evening. Showers stick around overnight into Friday morning. High temperatures will hit 70 Thursday and 75 Friday. But we'll have to contend with thunderstorms on Friday. Some of those storms could be on the strong side. Showers stick around again Friday night. The good news comes Saturday, when high pressure clears out our skies and brings us some sunshine. We could hit 70, some extra clouds on Sunday, which could bring a slight chance of rain. But Sunday looks like a nice day with highs in the mid-60s. That's the forecast. Have a good weekend. I'm Maya.
The Yankees got a stellar performance from its starting pitcher last night. Here's Bianca with sports.
Luis Severino didn't think he'd be allowed to finish his marvelous performance Wednesday. When he was told he was going to be back out for the 9th inning, he made sure to close it out. Severino pitched a 5-hitter with 10 strikeouts for his first career complete game. Giancarlo Stanton homered twice and drove in 4 runs, and the New York Yankees beat the World Series champion Houston Astros 4-0 for the second consecutive night. Stanton hit a 2-run homer to right field that just made it over the wall in the first inning. He added a solo homer to left off Yankees nemesis Dallas Keuchel 1-5. In the 4th and tacked on a RBI double in the 8th. The first home run by Stanton was the first Keuchel had ever allowed to the Yankees, who have won 11 of their last 12 games. The 50th annual Special Olympics Spring Games is kicking off in Chicago. Hundreds of family members, coaches, and fans will welcome more than 4,500 athletes at Thursday's opening ceremonies. The event will be held at Soldier Field, where the Special Olympics was first held in 1968. The Special Olympics is the largest sports organization in the world for people with intellectual disabilities. Today, the 5 million athletes from 172 countries participate. At Thursday's ceremony, the Olympic torch will be carried in by athletes and coaches. There also will be a drumline band, dancers, and other entertainers. Athletes will compete in more than 25 track and field events throughout the Spring Games. Mexico tennis improved its record to 5-1 yesterday after defeating Carthage 4-1. John and Joe Ocker, along with Evan Blunt, scored singles wins. Mexico baseball scored its first win of the season on Tuesday, led by grand slam by junior Logan Gregg. The team is scheduled to play 6 games over 8 days beginning on Friday. That's a peek at sports. Have a great weekend. I'm Bianca.
There will be no student parking on Liberty Street this week due to sealing and stripping. Sports physicals will be held May 8th, 15th, and 22nd in the nurse's office. This is the only time physicals will be offered for fall sports. Physicals are given by appointment only. Please stop into the nurse's office for the required paperwork. That's all for us this weekend. Thanks for being with us.
I'm Liam.
And I'm Amber.
Have a great rest of your week.